Hello, scrappy friends. Do you ever feel like your memories are just sitting on your phone or forgotten in a box? Well, let's change all that with some simple scrapbooking. Scrapbooking doesn't have to be overwhelming. In fact, keeping it simple is the best way to do it, and I'm going to show you. Today I'm working on my daughter's National Park album. This is my fourth video in this series, and I wanted to get these 10 photos on the 2-page spread. So the first thing I did was I just cropped them all down to whatever size they needed to be. Cropping off dead space in the photos or just things that weren't important to keep in the photo. Reducing the size made it easier for me to get more of them on the page. And then I just started to arranging them in a collage or a grid style, a very loose grid style layout. This seemed to be working perfectly, leaving a little space between each one. Having this many large photos doesn't leave much room for anything else. So less fancy tools, less fuss, and of course less overwhelm. It's just a matter of getting the photos on the page. I tried to arrange these 4 pictures so that the corners where they meet in the center would be some open area where I can put an embellishment cluster. So I made sure the corners had stuff I wouldn't mind covering up. So I don't have much room left for pattern paper, but I wanted to bring in this dirt looking paper. I thought this was perfect. It's from the Leave Nothing Behind. And I thought, since we're camping, why not? I'll put a little strip on each side. Off camera, I cut 2 pieces, which were 3 inches by 11.5 inches. And then brought it back to my collage and tried to fit, where's the best fit gonna be? And I thought it would look great down here at the bottom. And on one side, you'll see I have the picture overhanging into the dirt, and the other side has a much bigger gap that I can play around with. So I think I'll be bringing in a border making cartridge, and this will still be keeping it simple because our border making system is the simplest around. Adding a simple border is going to help tell my story and keep the focus on my story and not on the perfection of the page. So I decided to bring in the border making cartridge, trees and tents, or maybe it's tents and trees, but you can see here that this cartridge is going to be just perfect. It's a simple decoration that's going to help to tell my story about camping. Keep it fun, keep it stress-free. There's no right way to do it. You don't have to add any border there, and this page would still give the vibe of camping. Now I want to bring in my title, and I have just the perfect spot for it. I have that open spot right there where the grid of my layout doesn't quite line up, so I'm going to bring in my title and see if I could place it right there. Oh boy, these old letters from my stash looks like they're not sticky anymore, and I lost the letter. Oh, there it is. Put the letter back in, and now it says Yosemite. Perfect. But I didn't really like it there. So now let me bring in my journaling box with title and journaling box in place. Just like that, I am ready for embellishing. I'm going to bring in these 2 circles that I cut from my die cut machine. And one is going to go right here in the center of those 4 photos. Remember where I had those 4 corners meeting with some dead space in each photo? Perfect area to bring in a little bit of embellishing. And the second one will come over here to the left-hand side. I'll tuck it right under my journaling box, and then my title can begin resting right on top of the circle. I'm going to keep my embellishments very simple. The first thing I'm going to do though is bring in my compass punch. I think every camping, traveling, wilderness page needs a compass. So I'm going to punch out 1 compass on this navy paper. There we go. And now I'm going to bring in my arrow punch and punch out an arrow. Arrows are perfect for camping, traveling, anytime you want to make a direction, arrows are perfect for that. And bringing in that navy paper, it's going to give me the opportunity to put the navy 2 different places on my layout. First one's going to go right here on the circle. I'll put that compass, and on the other circle, pointing in towards my layout, I'll put the arrow. So if you watch the other videos I have in this journey through the national parks, you know I put together a kit of a bunch of outdoor embellishments. And so I'm just digging through my kit now and deciding on which of the few simple stickers or embellishment pieces I'm going to bring in. And I'm loving this tall pine tree because, of course, in Yosemite, it's all about the gorgeous pine trees, right? So it's going to fit really nicely tucked under my journaling box. And you can see I am really fussing with those letters. They are not very sticking to my wax paper at all. So I'm going to put the tree right under the journaling box. I think the tallness of the tree really helps to kind of pull your eye right over to where my journaling is going to be. And then I'll take the circle and tuck it right under the tree. So my embellishment cluster now is growing toward the center of my layout. Then bring that title back in one more time. And then the arrow is back, and there we go. Everything is looking great. And then I brought in this little campfire, which I thought is perfect because in one of those photos we're sitting around the campfire. So I'm going to put that right up here next to the compass. And then I just love adding words sprinkled around my layout. And so I'm going to bring in this one right here that says fresh air, and I'm going to tuck that right up here, overlapping the compass and kind of extending off the embellishment cluster just to add something for you to read right up there. There we go. And then I want to bring in these two little acorns. I'm just loving to bring in pine cones, acorns, any kind of nature things as I'm doing my Daughter's National Park album. I'm going to place these right over here, kind of overlapping the tree and the little arrow. Yeah, something like that. So as I wrap up this page today, I just wanted to come on and do a quick, super simple 2-page layout, just getting the photos on the page and using my border making cartridge and making that simple border. It just came together so quickly. You'll see I overlapped a little bit onto the dirt just to kind of give everything that feeling of being connected. I have two little embellishments I want to bring on, and I'm going to put them right down here at the bottom, and that will wrap up this layout. Now, I do love making detailed pages. I love my embellishment clusters and my layers and just cutting the paper in different angles. But sometimes I just want to get the pages done, and this is one of them. So I hope that you can find some time to get into your scrap room and get your pages done today. Do something simple or do something elaborate as long as you're creating. So please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you around the scrap room real soon. Bye-bye.